Welcome to SAT TV News. I am Larry Larrock, your presenter. In our top stories, Export Development Unit of the OECS hosts follow-up meeting to FCOR business mission. PM Skerrit revealed documents for construction of new international airport. And National Employment Program Marketing Assistance Program stage business showcase. Details of these will follow.
The Government of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Discover Dominica Authority and Platinum-sponsored Digicel presents Dominica's 5th Jazz and Creole Festival June 1st through 8th, 2014. A fusion of color, music, fun, and laughter. So bring the kids, blankets, friends for a Sunday afternoon of relaxation at Fort Shirley Cabritz National Park, featuring Grammy winners Angelique Kidjo, Marla Rosado, along with Jack Schwartz Band Trio, the soulful Dominican sounds of Heston Francis, Breve, and the 8 Note Band. Main stage tickets now on sale at $75 EC. Start time 2 p.m. sharp.
Welcome back. The Export Development Unit (EDU) of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States (OECS) from June 5th to 6th hosted a follow-up meeting to a recently concluded business mission to the French Caribbean outermost regions (FCORs) of Martinique and Guadeloupe. In light of the success of the business mission to the 2 French Caribbean islands, the stage has been set to advance trade opportunities. Martinique representative of the business mission, Virginia Paul, stated, "This was another activity in pursuit of OECS objectives to increase trading among the Caribbean."
This mission exposed companies, as you've heard, and other trading promotion agencies to the modalities for doing business in Europe and to expand trade in key sectors of interest to the OECS. The OECS has enjoyed long and cordial relations with the French Caribbean countries at national and regional levels, which have been facilitated by geographical proximity, shared history, culture, and language. These relations have been formalized through cooperation arrangements with agencies such as the Regional Council of Martinique and the Regional Council of Guadeloupe, in areas such as energy, health, culture, security, tourism, and we also have the Economic Partnership Agreement, which is another vehicle for facilitating and formalizing trade relations.
The various stakeholders met in working groups to identify key actions for follow-up in each sector in addition to areas for coordinated or joint action for implementation. It is envisioned that an action plan will be developed to guide the execution of activities for the next 2 to 3 years.
During the first few months of this year, the Regional Council of Martinique engaged the OECS Secretariat in discussions on possible new areas of cooperation for the next programming cycle. Hopefully, the integration of our people and markets will be taken a step further soon with the accession of Martinique to the OECS and CARICOM. The OECS is of the view that deepening relations with the FCORs is important because of their geographical proximity, their market size, and the opportunities for joint ventures and other business relations using the EPA as the framework. We are pleased that our partners in the FCORs accepted the invitation to meet with us again in order to build on the work started during the mission so that it will eventually lead to increased trade and investment activity.
This meeting was executed with support from the European Union through the 10th EDF for Economic Integration and Trade of the OECS region. Following a recent visit to China to discuss plans for the construction of an international airport, Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit on Wednesday, June 4, 2014 stated, "Soon the government will make the document signed for the international airport public." He noted, "The documents contain information on financing and management of the international airport."
And as we've always indicated, you go to our Growth and Social Protection Strategy paper, you will see in that document the government has spoken about an international airport. You go to our manifestos, you will see the government has spoken about, the Labour Party, has spoken about international airport. We've always maintained that the Treasury of Dominica and the taxpayers of Dominica, the citizens of Dominica, cannot afford to pay for an airport by themselves. And therefore, you're going to require tremendous grant funding or an investor coming in and putting the bulk of the resources into an international airport.
He said, "The government simply cannot afford to build an international airport without investors and/or grant funding, and that's why they had to seek an investor from China in addition to grant funding." The Prime Minister also noted the government will use some of its resources for the project.
We're looking at possibly the original site selected by the Freedom Party, and that is based on professional, independent, technical advice. It wasn't based on a political decision. It was based on independent political advice from people who are qualified in those areas.
The Prime Minister led a three-member delegation to China on May 5, 2014 to advance discussions on the construction of an international airport and other development projects. Two small businesses on Friday, June 6 benefited from a business showcase staged by the Ministry of Trade, Employment and Diaspora Affairs through the National Employment Marketing Assistance Program. The showcase provided the opportunity for the National Employment Program to display its support work to the selected businesses in the prime display space on the ground floor of the financial center. Owner of KV's Delights, Kevin Vidal, says he was very thankful for the opportunity, seeing that marketing and promotion is costly. His business makes confectionery, including coconut cheese, coconut tablet, gooseberry, and loga.
Currently we export into Dominicans living overseas, and also Dominicans that have businesses overseas. They also export to them in bulk, so they could sell to Dominicans in different countries, St. Martin, St. Thomas, different countries in the Caribbean. We send to the States, to Canada, England, just name it, we send it. And it has been a good business thus far. The support that we have received via our Facebook page, KVDA's Enterprise, and the promotion that we get through, whether through the National Employment Facebook page and the other mediums that the other people who assist in promoting our business. It's been a good venture thus far.
Vidal added his business, which began on a small scale 3 years ago, has expanded and was officially registered in 2012. Meanwhile, owner of Nature's Caress, Dafrika Thomas, who utilizes locally grown herbs, fruits and spices to create bath and body products, was humbled by the opportunity to further market her products.
Nature's Caress came about when I returned to Dominica in 2010, and I realized that I had to create employment for myself. And having a lifelong knowledge about the herbs, and during that time in April of 2010, I was fortunate enough to have attended a few workshops on herbs, Caribbean herbs, health and body spa products, and it just grew from there. I did a course with DYBT. I also did a retreat with Waitukubli Entrepreneurs Levy, which is through San Rafael, and they do that retreat every November. And I would like to ask anyone who is thinking of a business or even has started a business and need assistance to contact the Waitukubli Entrepreneurs Levy because they have helped to change the concept of business in Dominica.
Thomas added, the public has been very supportive of her products. The National Employment Marketing Assistance Program also helped the business owners develop a new logo and labels for their business. The showcase is the first of its kind hosted by the Marketing Assistance Program and follows closely on the heels of two marketing training workshops held in Granby and Laplin over the last few weeks. Significant strides are being made towards ensuring that persons working and operating within the construction industry in Dominica are certified to the international standards with the Caribbean Vocational Qualification CVQ Skills Assessment and Recognition Program. The Ministry of Employment, Trade, Industry and Diaspora Affairs, through the Dominica Coalition of Service Industries DCSI and the Builders and Contractors Association of Dominica, BCAD, is embarking on facilitating a certification program for the construction industry. The industry is one of Dominica's largest contributors to GDP and permeates the entire economy through public and private sector infrastructural investment in the tourism, education, health, and agricultural sectors. However, there is a dire need for training and upgrading construction workers to build to their capacity to compete regionally and internationally. Interested tradesmen are invited to register for the first program at the first floor of the financial center between 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Deadline for registration is Wednesday, June 11, 2014. At the end of the program, successful candidates will receive internationally accepted certificates in the areas including carpentry, masonry, concrete and steel fixing, heavy equipment operators, heavy equipment maintenance, electrical, general construction, plumbing and pipe fitting. When we return, more stories.
The Government of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Discover Dominica Authority and Platinum-sponsored Digicel presents Dominica's 5th Jazz and Creole Festival June 1st through 8th, 2014. A fusion of color, music, fun and laughter, so bring the kids, blankets, friends for a Sunday afternoon of relaxation at Fort Shirley Cabritz National Park, featuring Grammy winners Angelique Kidjo, Marla Rosado, along with Jack Schwartz Bach Trio, the soulful Dominican sounds of Heston Francis, Breve and the 8th Note Band. Main stage tickets now on sale at $75 EC. Start time 2 p.m. sharp.
When you serve your family Chocolisto, they'll be getting a tasty drink. That's good for them, they'll love the taste, so delicious and chocolatey. With vitamin A, B1, B2, B3 and vitamin D. With niacin, calcium and iron too, they will drink nutritiously. And you will love the value, because Chocolisto gives you great taste and nutrition at a very affordable price. So say goodbye to high prices and say hello to Chocolisto. And affordable nutrition in a tasty drink at Estefans. Right place, right price.
State-of-the-art Ultratech gasoline and diesel, available only at Rubis stations.
Welcome back. Geothermal energy has been a topic of numerous discussions ever since the government announced plans to export that form of energy in an effort to provide Dominicans with cheaper electricity bills. That discussion continued on Wednesday, June 4th, when two teams from the Dominica State College, DSC, debated on the topic. Amidst the global renewable energy phenomenon, all costs considered, investment in geothermal energy is the best alternative for Dominica. The affirmative team consisted of Cleo Christopher and Isaias Burnett.
In an age where countries worldwide are gravitating towards renewable energy alternatives in an effort to combat the effects of global climate change, it is no wonder that Dominica, which promotes itself as an eco-friendly tourist destination, is pursuing it too. In order to reduce carbon dioxide emissions and decrease gases such as sulfur and nitrogen dioxides, which contribute to depletion of ozone, formation of acid rain, and rising sea levels, the movement away from fossil fuels is key.
She noted, geothermal energy provides a clean energy alternative that reduces atmospheric pollution of greenhouse gases, and according to an impact assessment, fossil fuels account for 70% of Dominica's electricity supply, while geothermal energy emits no nitrogen or sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere. However, the opposing team of Elisha Tate and Lizette Eli argued that geothermal energy exploration is too costly for Dominica, in addition to water degradation possibilities.
Walton Webb in overview stated that an expenditure of 320 to 335 million European dollars has been spent in the establishment of the project. Excluding this cost, the government incurs a daily cost of €25,000 every day the rig remains on site. And according to Dominica Geothermal Energy Development Project brief on September 2013, the drilling rig was brought to site WW2 on December 4, 2011. Mathematically, a rental fee of €22,800,000 will be charged for the 912 days the rig has remained on site. Considering that exploitation is an argument all opponents may consider, it's an additional cost incurred by the government.
Tate added, geothermal exploration is incurring an additional cost on the country, and in no other way to repay it, taxes could be raised, which will remove money from the pockets of Dominicans while highlighting solar energy as a cheaper and safer option. At the end of the debate, the opposing team won with a total of 1,114 points, while the affirmative team secured 1,097 points. Cleo Christopher won the Best Speaker Award. Work to rehabilitate a portion of road at William Estate in Port-Cancé is progressing smoothly. According to a press release from the government, on Friday, June 6, the project stands about 20% complete, with construction of a box culvert and a retaining wall currently ongoing after a temporary bypass was constructed to reinstate vehicular access. Heavy rainfall was experienced between April 17th and 19th, 2013 throughout Dominica, which resulted in the culvert structure being washed away, leaving a 25-meter gap in the roadway where national football coach Kurt Hector and national player Noran Jonup lost their lives. At that time, 2 streams of reasonable current flowed into the culvert structure of 1.2 meters in diameter. The project includes construction of a 25-meter box culvert, a 4-meter high retaining wall at the inlet and outlet of the culvert, and complete reinstatement of the roadway. The project costing EC $985,869.98 is being undertaken by Judge Trucking and Excavation Services. Dominicans attending the first ever Reggae Meets Bouillon concert on Saturday, June 7th will be in for a treat as headline artist Roy Grams Morgan says anything can happen as it relates to a reggae and bouillon collaboration. He noted Dominicans will feel the beat of reggae music from him being backed up by a local band.
Reggae is different in many different parts of the world. You have reggae from out of France, reggae from Africa, reggae from the VI. But reggae music, the land of reggae music is Jamaica for sure. And you know, it is coming like, it's like a mentorship, just doing the show, in showing Dominican musicians authentic Jamaican reggae music. And I'm sure there's a lot of things that we can learn from them as well. So, like I said, historical reggae music tomorrow night, Cicero Hotel. The man next to me, same day for 1 month, so come out. It's going to be special. And I think it's going to be a unique concert that hasn't been seen before.
Morgan noted he did not travel with his band for the concert, as he is going to prove that it is possible to successfully perform with different musicians.
It just goes to show you that once we get the opportunity that we can expand, and that's why I'm in the studio now working on a country music album, which is fused with reggae music, of course, and R&B. So when I released my first solo album, Two Sides of My Heart, Volume 1, it was released that a second half of the album was going to be released. So I'm now working on that side of the album. But reggae music is my life, you know. Reggae music is the foundation, it's a heartbeat that comes from Africa, as well as other musics. Reggae is not the only indigenous music or remnants of African music. I even think some more so that soca and calypso has that remnants. If you listen to a lot of music out of Uganda and Kenya, out of Senegal, you hear the remnants of Caribbean music.
The Reggae Meets Bouillon extravaganza is part of Danger Dane's entertainment mandate to spike the music and entertainment business to an all-time high, combining popular Caribbean and international artists with top local acts. The Windsor Park Stadium is the place to be on Sunday, June 8th from 8 p.m. as Jamaican gospel artist Kevin Downswell will headline Dominica's Gospel Explosion concert, dubbed GE6. Downswell rose to regional stardom with his popular song titled You Make Me Stronger.
God strong and mighty, I am that I am. Help me say, you make me stronger. Anybody could have been dead, but you're still here. Say you make me stronger. Lift your voice. Sing it again, say you make me stronger.
Albert Raffle, director of Zion Praise Production Inc., which is responsible for this show, noted the organization is non-profit and have hosted a number of gospel shows aimed at the youth. Downswell will be backed by a local band of musicians and singers, while the local artists scheduled to minister are Sons of Zion, Sunel, Sanctified, and Albert DJ Alfie Rafful. Patrons of the show will also hear from former Calypsonian the Senator, who recently gave his life to Christ. Rafful noted Dongswell was the best suited gospel artist for the concert.
He does a lot of worship songs, and currently right now he has a song that everyone knows, whether you go to church, you don't go to church, everyone knows that song, You Make Me Stronger. So that's one of the main reasons we looked at him, because of the widespread he can reach.
He noted G6 is an event which all who attend will be excited about, in addition to listening to uplifting gospel music suitable for all age groups. And in court news, Tarish Pit resident Frederick Morrow has been ordered to pay $587.68 in compensation to Dominica's sole electricity provider Domlec for illegally obtaining electricity. Morrow, who appeared before Magistrate Candia Judge on Friday, June 6, pleaded guilty to the charge. The fact stated that between 1st December 2013 and 31st May 2014, Morrow extracted 576 kilowatt hours of electricity, costing $587.68. According to the report from Domlec, personnel of the billing department observed that there was no purchase of consumption of electricity from the defendant's meter number. On June 3rd at about 10:30 a.m., a senior meter technician from the company visited the defendant's home for an inspection and noticed that the service line was partially pulled into the house and was tampered with. A wire was also run directly from the pole to the house, bypassing the meter, which proved that the defendant was unlawfully extracting electricity. The matter was reported to the police, and Morrow was arrested and later charged. In mitigation, Morrow told the court that it has been over 2 years since he has been unemployed and unable to find a job. He further explained that he usually sells smoked chicken and needed a working refrigerator in order to store the chicken to prevent them from spoiling. Morrow apologized to the court for his actions and promised that this would never happen again. The compensation is to be paid by June 30th, 2014, or in default will be sentenced to 2 months in prison. This has been the local segment of the news. We now join the Dominica Met Office for today's weather report.
Good evening. Welcome to tonight's weather presentation. I am Fitzroy Pascal. We begin by taking a look at some infrared satellite imagery, and earlier satellite imagery did show some cloudiness over the northern and extreme southern portion of the island chain, with shallow low-level clouds across the central islands today. Radar imagery did show some spotty shower activity during the earlier part of this morning, with an improvement in conditions by midday into afternoon. Tonight's weather is expected to be fair to partly cloudy with a few scattered showers, temperatures 25 degrees Celsius on the coast to 23 degrees Celsius in the interior, winds out of the east near 40 kilometers per hour. Conditions tomorrow, partly cloudy to cloudy with scattered showers, temperatures 32 degrees Celsius on the coast, 27 degrees Celsius in the interior, winds out of the east near 40 kilometers per hour. For the marine outlook, sea conditions moderate in open water with swells peaking near 7 feet. Small craft operators and sea beavers should exercise caution. The 3-day outlook, Saturday, Sunday and Monday, similar conditions, partly cloudy to cloudy with scattered showers, winds peaking near 40 kilometers per hour, and temperatures 32 degrees Celsius. For the remainder of the Caribbean, a westward moving tropical wave will bring an increasing cloudiness across the extreme southern portion of the island chain, to include the islands from Trinidad northwards to St. Vincent and Barbados. The rest of the islands will see partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some scattered showers, with temperatures peaking near 31 degrees Celsius. For the international city forecast, beautiful weather in New York, Miami and Beijing, with some thunderstorm in Caracas and some showers in London. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:34 a.m. and sunset at 6:45 p.m. Thank you for viewing, and feel free to contact us using the information provided, www.weather.gov.dm, or the weather hotline at 447-5555. Have an enjoyable weekend.
Our thanks to the Met Office for that report. And now this takes us to the end of our newscast for the evening. When we return, a recap of the headlines.
The government of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Discover Dominica Authority and Platinum-sponsored Digicel presents Dominica's 5th Jazz and Creole Festival June 1st through 8th, 2014. A fusion of color, music, fun, and laughter. So bring the kids, blankets, friends for a Sunday afternoon of relaxation at Fort Shirley Cabritz National Park, featuring Grammy winners Angelique Kidjo, Marla Rosado, along with Jack Schwartz Bach Trio, the soulful Dominican sounds of Heston Francis, Breve, and the 8th Note Band. Main stage tickets now on sale at $75 EC. Start time 2 p.m. sharp.
I know it is confusing out there with so many prices and so many stores, and you are trying to figure out how to do the maths on savings. Well, don't worry, we will do the maths for you. It is our business to deliver the best product at the best prices. So when you shop at Astafans, you don't need to do the maths, we have done it for you. And best of all, take the savings and use it to pay for something else, helping you save money. That's our business.
And now for a recap of the headlines. Export Development Unit of the OECS hosts follow-up meeting to FCOR business mission. PM Skerry to reveal documents for construction of new international airport. And National Employment Program Marketing Assistance Program stage business showcase. You have been watching SAT TV News. We thank you for joining us and we invite you to join us again tomorrow for our weekend review. On behalf of the news production team, I am Larry Larrock, wishing you a pleasant evening. Feel free to send your queries and comments to news@sat.dm and news items to media@sat.dm. For graphic and sports advertising, send your information to satadverts@fsicreative.com. You can follow us on Twitter at www.twitter.com/sattelecoms or join us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/sattelecoms. Like our Facebook page and get a chance to win $50 Digicel credit. Remember, SAT Telecom is the people's choice and SATnet, a better choice.